you ever felt like you're not her first choice, but rather an option she keeps around just in case? Today we're diving into the subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, signs that a woman might be keeping you as a backup. Understanding these signals can help you avoid wasting your time and energy on someone who isn't truly invested in you. Let's explore the behaviors and patterns that reveal when you're not her priority, so you can make informed decisions about your own happiness and relationship. One of the first signs is when her actions and words don't align. She might say she likes you, but her behavior tells a different story. Maybe she's warm and affectionate one day, then distant and unavailable the next. This inconsistency can leave you feeling confused and unsure about where you stand. Mixed signals are often a way to keep you interested without fully committing, allowing her to keep her options open while you remain on standby. If you notice that she only reaches out to make plans at the last minute, it could be a sign you're not her priority. She might contact you when her other options fall through or when she suddenly finds herself with free time. This pattern suggests that you're more of a backup plan than someone she's genuinely excited to see. Consistently being her fallback choice is a clear indicator that she's not fully invested in the relationship. If someone is truly interested, they want to connect on a deeper level. If she consistently avoids meaningful conversations or steers clear of discussing feelings and future plans, it could be a sign she's keeping things surface level on purpose. This emotional distance helps her maintain control and prevents you from getting too close, making it easier for her to keep you as a backup without forming a real attachment. Pay attention to who initiates most of your conversations. If you're always the one reaching out, making plans, or starting chats, it could mean she's not as invested as you are. A woman who sees you as a backup won't put in much effort to maintain the connection, relying on you to keep things going while she focuses her attention elsewhere. If she's reluctant to share details about her daily life, friends, or activities, it might be because she doesn't want you to get too involved. Keeping you at arm's length and being vague about her schedule or who she spends time with can be a way to prevent you from becoming a bigger part of her world. This lack of openness is a classic sign of someone who isn't looking for a serious connection. When you try to define the relationship, does she dodge the conversation or give you vague answers? If she's unwilling to label what you have or avoids discussing exclusivity, it could be because she wants to keep her options open. This ambiguity allows her to maintain multiple connections without committing to any one person, keeping you as a backup in case things don't work out elsewhere. If she's active on social media but rarely, if ever, mentions you or shares photos together, it might be intentional. She could be keeping her romantic life private to avoid questions from others or to keep her options open. This lack of public acknowledgement can be a red flag, especially if she shares other aspects of her life freely online. Frequent cancellations or rescheduling can be a sign that you're not her top priority. If she often backs out of plans at the last minute or seems to have endless excuses, it's likely that she's only fitting you in when it's convenient for her. This pattern shows a lack of respect for your time and signals that you may be just a backup option. If you've been seeing each other for a while but she hasn't introduced you to her friends or family, it could be a sign she's not serious. Keeping you separate from her inner circle allows her to maintain distance and avoid any pressure to define the relationship. This is a common tactic for someone who's not ready to commit or is keeping you as a backup. Notice if she only contacts you when she's bored or has nothing else to do. If your conversations are limited to times when she's looking for entertainment or distraction, it's a strong indicator that you're not her first choice. This behavior shows she values your company, but only when it's convenient for her. A woman who's interested in a real relationship will want to make plans for the future, whether it's a trip, a concert, or simply next weekend. If she avoids talking about or committing to future activities, it could mean she's not sure you'll be around or doesn't want you to be. This reluctance to plan ahead is a subtle way to keep things non-committal. If she rarely gives you compliments or shows affection, it might be because she's not emotionally invested. Genuine interest is often shown through small gestures, kind words, and physical closeness. A lack of these can indicate that she's keeping her distance both emotionally and physically. If she frequently mentions other men she's dating or interested in, it could be a way to remind you that you're not the only one in her life. This can be a subtle hint that she's keeping her options open and that you're just one of several possibilities. It's also a way to keep you on your toes, never quite sure where you stand. When someone cares, they remember the little things, your favorite food, important dates, or stories you've shared. If she consistently forgets details about your life, it could be a sign she's not paying close attention. This lack of interest often means you're not a priority in her mind. If your conversations rarely go beyond small talk or surface-level topics, it's a sign she's not interested in building a deeper connection. She may avoid discussing her feelings, dreams, or anything that would bring you closer. This superficiality helps her maintain emotional distance and keep you as a backup. If she's always busy or hard to reach, it could be a sign you're not a priority. She might have time for others but seems to never be free when you want to meet up. This lack of availability is a strong indicator that you're not at the top of her list. People tend to open up about their challenges and struggles with those they trust and care about. If she never shares anything personal or vulnerable, it could be because she doesn't see you as someone she wants to build a deeper bond with. This emotional wall is a way to keep you at a safe distance. If she openly flirts with other men in front of you or talks about her interactions with them, it's a clear sign she's not committed. This behavior can be hurtful and is often a way to keep you in a backup position while she explores other options. Special occasions like birthdays or holidays are opportunities to show someone you care. If she puts in little to no effort on these days, forgetting your birthday, not making plans, or giving generic gifts, it could be a sign that you're not important to her. This lack of effort is a strong indicator that you're not her main focus. Physical closeness is often a sign of emotional connection. If she avoids holding hands, hugging, or other forms of affection, it could be because she's not comfortable getting too close. This reluctance to be physically intimate can signal that she's keeping you at arm's length both emotionally and physically. If someone criticizes you or makes negative comments and she doesn't stand up for you, it could be a sign she's not fully invested. A woman who cares will want to protect and support you, especially in front of others. Her lack of defense may indicate that she doesn't see you as someone worth fighting for. If you're constantly unsure about where you stand or what she wants, it's a sign she's keeping you in a state of uncertainty. This can be intentional, as it allows her to maintain control and keep you interested without making any real commitments. The constant guessing game is emotionally draining and rarely leads to a fulfilling relationship. Compliments are a simple way to show appreciation and affection. If she rarely compliments you or acknowledges your efforts, it could be because she doesn't see you as someone special. This lack of positive reinforcement can make you feel undervalued and is often a sign you're not her main focus. A woman who's interested will want to know about your day, your interests, and your feelings. If she rarely asks about your life or seems uninterested in your experiences, it's a sign she's not invested. This lack of curiosity shows that you're not a priority for her. Some women will openly admit to dating multiple people or keeping their options open. If she talks about meeting new people or going on dates with others, it's a clear sign you're not her only choice. This honesty can be helpful, but it also means you're likely a backup rather than her main focus. Relationships require compromise and effort from both sides. If she's unwilling to make sacrifices or adjust her schedule for you, it could be a sign she's not invested. This unwillingness to go out of her way shows that you're not a priority in her life. A supportive partner will celebrate your achievements, big or small. If she seems indifferent or even dismissive when you share good news, it's a sign she's not emotionally invested. This lack of enthusiasm can make you feel unsupported and undervalued. If she rarely considers your needs or preferences, it's a sign she's not invested in your happiness. A woman who sees you as a backup will focus on her own wants and rarely go out of her way to make you feel special. This self-centered approach is a clear indicator that you're not her main priority. Recognizing these signs can be tough, but it's important to value your own time and emotional well-being. If you notice several of these behaviors, it might be time to reconsider the relationship and focus on finding someone who truly values you. Remember, you deserve to be someone's first choice, not a backup plan. Trust your instincts and prioritize your own happiness as you move forward.